Matt Ryan is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He has posted 4,000 plus yards for 9 straight seasons, and I expect him to make it a 10th straight season this year. Ryan, he is on the definition of a pass-heavy team. The Falcons, they ranked first in pass plays, and Ryan was third in attempts, third in yards, and 7th in money throws. Matt Ryan's situation has actually gotten better. Julio is still there, and Ridley might be on the brink of a third-year breakout. And the offensive line issues for the Falcons, they should mostly be resolved this year, as the issues were due to injuries last year and not a lack of talent on the line. I expect the Falcons and Matt Ryan to continue their offensive dominance, and I expect Matt Ryan to hit 4,000 yards once again. I am very comfortable drafting Matt Ryan as my quarterback. I think his floor is a QB1, and he has MVP caliber upside. Julio Jones is primed for yet another great season. With Matt Ryan returning as quarterback, a rejuvenated offensive line, Mohamed Sanu out of the picture, and Austin Hooper's target share redistributed, Julio will be a top 5 wide receiver once again. Although north of 30, Julio is still elite in every receiving metric, and he shows no sign of slowing down. Moreover, quarterback Matt Ryan has recorded 9 straight seasons of 4,000 yards, and Julio has been Ryan's favorite target. Julio and Ryan are one fantasy stack that I actually do like this year, especially considering the offensive powerhouses in their division. There will be a lot of shootouts and a lot of points scored. I don't love Calvin Ridley from a talent perspective. I don't see anything special. However, from a situational outlook, my lips salivate at the thought of Calvin Ridley being on my fantasy roster. I see Calvin Ridley as a high-end wide receiver 2 once more with ginormous upside. And if anything happens to Julio Jones, Todd Gurley, or Hayden Hurst, I can promise something will happen to at least one of those guys. Arthritis. Draft Ridley with full confidence, but be wary of his ADP. It's been climbing higher and higher. Just be sure you don't overpay for Calvin Ridley when there are other, even maybe better options available when you draft him. Todd Gurley is currently being drafted as the 14th running back in the middle of the second round, right after Joe Mixon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Leonard Fournette. This is before DJ Moore and Amari Cooper. Let that sink in for a second. Todd Gurley, he has arthritis. And yeah, there are going to be a lot of people who say arthritis is pain tolerance. Nothing's broken. He can run through the pain. Yeah, that is technically correct. But if he can run through the pain, why didn't he last year? I don't know a lot about arthritis, but I do know it gets worse over time, especially when your time consists of getting your knees bashed in by NFL defenders. And if Gurley is somehow able to run through the pain for a while, that would most likely lead to an arthritic flare-up. What exactly do you see in Todd Gurley before you draft him in the middle of the second round, before potential elite running backs like Leonard Fournette? If you're drafting Todd Gurley in the second round, it's very foolish. Gurley is still a good player, but he is not what he used to be, and his run style banked on elite acceleration and jump cuts. Something that's hard to do when your knees are falling off. If Gurley was going in the 4th round, where all the other washed-up, injury-prone running backs like David Johnson are going, then I'd be all over him. But taking Todd Gurley in the second round is simply insane. Please do not take Todd Gurley in the second round. You're throwing out your draft pick, especially considering David Johnson, a similar player in probably a better situation, is going 2 rounds later. If your heart truly longs to draft a banged-up running back who was good 3 years ago, then please draft David Johnson and not Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley will torpedo the submarine that is your team.